Hello and welcome to a video. We're going to do some Phantom Muspah today. I am on the Arceus spellbook with runes for Greater Corruption and Thralls. I'm carrying a Book of the Dead. I'm using an Armadillo crossbow. I'd recommend sort of Dragon or Armadillo, so you can use Dragon bolts. Rune crossbow is not going to have access to Dragon Sapphire bolts, so you can need Sapphire bolts for one of the phases. You don't need a stand pot, but I'll bring one. Ranging pot's always a good idea. Trident, ARMs, and magic damage boosting gear. Runes for Thralls, very important, and some house tabs. Now, if you haven't got the tablet yet, which you probably won't have, if you're only just doing your first Phantom Muspah kill, where is he? It's where you did the quest. So up in Weiss, go to Salt Mines and access the point there. After you kill Muspah a few times, you can get teleport straight to the Gorok dungeon. Cool animation. And it's over in this crevice over here. So we've got two forms. He's got melee form and a ranged form. It's random which one he starts with. He's starting with his melee form. So I'm going to put on my mage gear. Put on protect from melee. Summon a thrall. And we're just going to kind of kite him around the room a bit. Once he's taken a certain amount of damage, he's going to swap to his ranged form, and it can occasionally do a magic attack. I've got my sounds on high volume, so I can listen to the different sound animations. So that's the ranged sound animation. Sounds like he's charging a laser beam for the magic one. That. And again. If you do get hit, it does like a prayer drain on you. This special move, he's sending spikes to come and follow me, a little bit like his melee form. So we're just going to try and dodge these. Every time he changes forms, he will spawn a spike underneath your feet, and also a couple of other random points in the room. So when he changes forms, first thing you want to do is click somewhere else. Just click to move anywhere, literally anywhere. You don't have to have a plan, but going perhaps around the outside of the room is a good idea. If you have got an Armadillo crossbow, because you've done a ton of Saradomin, you'll probably think, oh, this looks a little bit like doing Saradomin. That's how it feels, to be honest. Okay, here we are on the ranged phase. The next special attack will be when the Phantom Muspah disappears and teleports around the room. There'll be some things you need to dodge. Focus on dodging. Don't worry too much about doing damage here. It's a nice to have, not a must. Ooh. If you try and attack and you're a bit slow like me, you might run into a shadow by mistake. That's okay. So he's onto his melee form again. Right, so click to move away, put the magic gear on, back to kiting. So it's around about this sort of time I'm looking at my energy and I'm going, right, I've got 55 energy. Could probably do with stand potting soon. But it is possible without. If you're just looking to get like one kill at a time or something, probably don't need to worry about it, but I'm going to try and squeeze out two, I think, in this video. There we go, and that is we're into range phase. Okay, so his next special is he's going to move to the middle of the room and he's going to do a line of sight attack. You just need to not be in line of sight. There is a skip mechanic for this, we're not going to worry about that. So I've swapped to Sapphire Bolts now. Sapphire Bolts, and I'm going to do Greater Corruption as well. I'm hoping for a proc from my Sapphire Bolts. These will drain his prayer shields. You can also drain his prayer shields using Smite. Just don't get hit by his attacks. He attacks, I attack. He attacks, I attack. He attacks, high attack. Okay, and he swapped forms, so again, there's gonna be spikes spawning under your feet. Swap back to the diamonds, why not? Okay. So that's a Phantom Muspah KC. That was exciting. Can it be done more efficiently? Yeah. Can you have better gear? Yeah. But you don't need it, really. I'd say this is fairly reasonable to obtain. What was it doing? Oh yeah. Let's redo the ranged. Let's see what we get. So we start with ranged form. That's nice. Oh, yellow click, okay. So again, things we're going to be looking out for. Changing forms, click to move. Dodge the spike that spawns underneath you. So there it is. Swap your prayers. He's not going to damage you unless he gets up close. Even with protect from melee, he will do some damage, so you can't just face tank him. You're thinking, hang on a minute, can't you just dodge the damage? No. Okay, we're on to the teleport. Let's move out of the way of these shadows. Ooh, okay. There is a safe spot somewhere that is mostly safe. It's this tile, but I mean, I wouldn't bother, honestly, it's not worth it. They're very easy to dodge. Right, back to kiting his melee phase. Run, then gear, then prayers, I'd say. Right, we've got the spikes following us. Every now and then, just glance at your run energy. Just double check you're okay, you're not going to start walking. When you changes to range, I would prioritise getting your prayers swapped first. Move, and then change prayers, and then change gear. But for melee, it's move, then gear, then prayers, just because you're going to be far away from him anyway. Priority number one on this phase, really, just make sure you're getting your magic prey when he does that laser beam noise. That's the most important thing. Right, he is going to teleport to the middle of the room at some point soon. It's around like 100 and something HP. So I'm thinking, where am I going to be able to hide? Can I go over here? I'm not going to be able to hide anywhere over here. These spikes could be good. If you don't have a plan, it could be troublesome. Right, here we are. Okay, so here he is, he's teleporting. I think this will be alright. Okay, so remember, change your bolts. Greater corruption. If you do get hit by the line of sight thing, by the way, it's very similar to his magic attack. It just drains your prayer quite a lot. It does hit quite hard as well, so be healthy if you can't find anywhere to hide. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah. When you think you're going to swap back to this phase, click to run. Remember that spike. It's just 20 damage you don't want to take. Cool, there we go. That's about it in terms of like what I wanted to show on the video today. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope if you were thinking about doing some Phantom Muspah, this is just kind of giving you an overview of what that might look like. I'm sure there's other guys out there that do a better job, but this is mine. Enjoy. Thanks everyone.